Every day, thousands of families type questions into Google about assisted living. How much does assisted living cost? Signs my parents need assisted living versus memory care, real searches, real volume. Most facilities have zero content answering any of these questions. Through our directory of 7,000 plus facilities, I can see which content drives traffic, inquiries, and which is a waste of time. Let me show you what to create. I'm Ronald Osborn, the founder of Senior Living Mastery. We are the experts in senior living facility marketing. We wrote the book on it, and we own Assisted Living Near Mum, the 7,000 plus directory. So let me answer these questions today about content and backlink strategies for your senior living facility. Why content matters for your senior living facility. A facility with 50 blog posts has 50 chances of showing up in Google search. A facility with zero has zero chances outside of the homepage. 73% of families in general start with a Google search. Think about that. If someone types how much does assisted living cost in Fort Lauderdale and you have a blog post answering that exact question, you show up. If you don't, your competitor does. Every blog post is a net that you cast into Google. More nets, more fish. And that's why I built this free checklist for you right behind me. You can see this is a content and link building strategy checklist. You get this by going to the website, scroll down to the bottom, you've got two sections here. You can click the button here and that'll take you across to these templates. I have dozens more. And this is what you actually need today. So this is what we're going to be using. Now, like all things, you need solid pillars to support what you're doing. This is where the content pillar, this play right here that you can see behind me, comes into effect. We start with education. We move down to cost and financial. Then we're covering decision support, looking at local, and then we're going into lifestyle and trust. Now, each of these are different in what they cover. So just as an example, these types of content are the main bits of content that you can send to leads that you can get to rank in Google. So it's not just about the fact that you're using this for an SEO approach. If you want to learn about SEO, there'll be a video above. Go over and watch SEO for senior living. Not the video, but what this does is this helps you in multiple different avenues. You can email this out to people. You can have this on your Facebook. You can get a lot of people attracted to your website just because you have informational content, and that changes the game. It's actually what we do a lot of at Assisted Living Near Mum. That's what helps drive people to the site. Now with education, let me give you an example of some topics that you can create, and let me give you some exciting stuff just after this as well. So what is assisted living? ALF versus memory care versus a nursing home. What to expect the first month. How much does ALF cost in city? These are the costs and financials. Does Medicare cover assisted living? VA aid versus attendance benefits explained. Decision support. This is a big one for your facility. If you can get this stuff to rank locally, it's if you can connect with someone at the first point of search, man, you're miles ahead than everyone else. Because like all things, when we go into something new and we don't know about it, the first person that gives us the information, we trust them more. Signs your parent needs assisted living. How to talk to your parent about moving, because that's a big challenge. What to look for on a facility tour. These are the types of bits of content that you can create. And again, stretching it down to local. Best assisted living facility in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, as an example. You can do all of this, lifestyle and trust, activities that you do, resident stories from families and testimonials, these types of things that you can set up. So I'm going to move into the topic research. Okay, so this is how you can actually conduct research on what to write about for each section. Now, Google autocomplete. Okay, so as an example, I'm going to jump across to Google right now. I'm going to go assisted living Fort Lauderdale. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump into this SERP because I want to be in this SERP. Once I delete the Fort Lauderdale, you can see Fort Lauderdale, Florida, facilities near me, facility, Hollywood, Florida, Pembroke Pines, Fort Worth, facility, Miami. These are some ideas that you can start to write about. Now, another section you want to come down to is people also ask. Now, with the SEO approach, this is something that helps build topical relevance. So if Google understands what your website's about, and think about it like this, you've come to me, you found this video because you're looking for something on this topic. The reason I rank well and you're being shown this information is because Google and other engines have gone, Ronald Osborn from Senior Living Mastery is the authority in senior living marketing. That's why we're serving that up. Okay. So in this space, when you search and look for these terms, chances are you're going to run into me a couple of times because I'm the authority in this space. You do that by building this stuff out here. So how much is assisted living in Fort Lauderdale? How much will Medicare pay for assisted living in Florida? Who is eligible for assisted living in Florida? What is the average cost of assisted living in Florida? Okay, so having this information and this type of stuff in here, very, very good. And you get to go through just simply looking at. So what you can do is you can come to these links as well, and you can see where they're snaffling the information from. Where are they getting it from? So you can then go to these pages as well. So you can see here, they're getting it from, what is it? A place for mom. There's a couple of assisted living. I think it's northeastern floor. You can see there's some other pages that would actually be good for you to go in there and try to replicate. So you can see there's some interesting stuff in there. All right. So that's how you can do that. That's where you can start. That's what you can do. Nothing Google Keyword Planner. So what you want to do is set up an ads account in Google. You don't need to pay anything. Just set up an ads account and you have access to the tool of go and look for Google Keyword Planner. Watch another video on that. I'll show you how to do keyword research. That video covers it. And that's where you can use that tool to get some ideas. Ubersuggest, Ahrefs. You don't need to pay for these expensive things, to be honest. Great resources like Caring, a place for mum. You can even jump over to see our stuff on assisted living near mum, those blogs as well. And some points that I really want to stress when it comes to creating the layout and creating a blog. We've just put a basic checklist here where you need to get this right. As long as you do all of this, you should be fine. Requirements of at least 1,500 words, primary keyword in the title, first paragraph, and at least one H2. And it also needs to be in the meta title. The city or area named a couple of times. So again, if you're talking about Fort Lauderdale, you're talking about Fort Lauderdale a couple of times, at least 5 H2. So they're subheadings. So again, let's go back to the example of how much does assisted living in Fort Lauderdale cost? Then you can put beachfront locations as one of them, beachfront locations versus inner city as an example. Make sure your paragraphs aren't too long. It's just not walls of text, 3 to 4 sentences, at least one internal link linking things together. So you've got your how much does assisted living cost in Fort Lauderdale. That links across to the page that you created talking about the best assisted living facilities in Fort Lauderdale. Meta title under 60 characters, meta description under 155, at least one image with the descriptive alt text, no stock. If you've got a facility, you shouldn't be using stock images. I strongly discourage you to do that because you can actually rank in the image search as well. People look at images as well when it comes to this. You'd be amazed. The facilities that we work with, you'll sit there and be like, oh, we won a couple of leads over the last 3 months coming through images. It's surprising, but that's how a lot of people find you. Now, I've made this very easy for you. Perhaps you're not confident. Perhaps you don't like doing this type of research yourself. You don't know where to start. Again, go watch the video on keyword research and topic development for senior living. But I've built a prompt for you. All you need to do is come down here. You can see everywhere that there's brackets. All right, like this, enter in the details that are required. Facility name, enter your facility name here. Location, city and state. Services offered, put in your city. What makes your facility unique? Put some 3 to 5 things in here, okay? Put all of this information. Do you work, are you affordable or are you luxury? These types of things are what you can input in here. Your website URL. All right, now what this prompt does, once you've entered all of that, you just need to copy this whole prompt out and paste it into any AI system you're working. You can see what this is going to do. All right, so it's going to build everything out for you for all of those pillars that we talked about. If you don't want to rely on doing this yourself, building out pillars, covering education, cost, like we talked about, decision support. If you're like, oh, Ronald, I don't know how to go about that. I don't know what would be the best thing. Well, this will give you all of that. It'll give you the title, it'll give you the topic, it'll give you the meta description, it gives you the layout of all of the H2s you need. You just now need to write the blog. So you've got the full outline. You just need to fill in the blanks, put a couple of sentences in, and away you go. So it's nice and easy. It also produces a content calendar for you as well to lay it out. So it's easy to understand. It's not hard to do as well. Now, my 2 cents is, if you're creating 50 blogs, yes, space them out. If you're creating 15 blogs, put them up all at the same time. No problem. It's actually better. You'll call Google to you right away, which is actually something you want. Now, link building is an important part of any content strategy. Now, you might be sitting there going, what is link building? Link building is a link from your website or someone's website to another website. I'll give you an example. So if we go across to Assisted Living Near Mum right now, you can see that these guys are the most recent signups that we've had. If you scroll down here, there's a link to their website. I'm just going to open this up in a new tab because I want to show that page as an example before. But now there's their website. That is link building. Now, what that does in Google's eyes is it trusts you more, because Google knows that Assisted Living Near Mum is a directory specifically for assisted living facilities. Okay? So by being listed on here, Google knows, okay, well, whoever's listed on here with a link linking to the website, I trust them more. That's what you're doing with link building, backlink building. So when you're doing link building for senior living marketing strategies, it's important that you always remember that, because what it actually does is you can put all the content out there. And a great way I always give this example is, if Ronald Osborn were to run around, no clothes on in the street saying the sky's falling, people are just going to laugh at me. But if Elon Musk does that, people might sit there and go, maybe it is falling. Just maybe. He's going to convince at least 15% of people, I reckon, in today's age. So there's more weight behind that. And that's exactly what happens with links. You've got to be careful about where you build links from, which is what I'll cover now. But it's important that you build these links because it gets you that notoriety. It builds that confidence in Google. Google will trust you and serve you up more. So senior directories, that is a great place for you to start. If you're an assisted living facility and you're not listed on Assisted Living Near Mum, you're not on caring.com, you're not on a place for mum, you're not on the basics that we all know, senior advisor, you're not on those, problem. Now, are those guys going to annoy you consistently? Especially, we don't annoy you at all. You contact us if you want to be annoyed. Others will annoy you. They'll call you and say, hey, you're willing to give us 150% of the bed cost and we'll send you someone? Maybe you'll get it, maybe you won't. These are the types of things that they do. They're going to annoy you with that. That does suck, but at the same time, you're getting a link from their website. That boosts the credibility in Google's eyes that you're really an assisted living facility and you really offer the services. Local directories, Chamber of Commerce, local business directories, BBB listings, things like this are a fantastic place to be. So try and get on your local Chamber of Commerce. So you want to make sure, as an example, if you're in Fort Lauderdale, you're getting listed on the Fort Lauderdale stuff. I present a lot for Broward County, SCORE Broward County, and do a lot of other presentations. So with those guys, I've got links from my website. If you look, Ronald Osborn, SCORE Broward County on the internet, I'm going to come up. Okay, so there's a lot of things that you can actually do to get links from local sources that really heavily help you influence in that area. Local directories, partner links. This is where you can get links from hospitals, physicians that you're working with. These are actually good things to do. So if you're working with a doctor in Fort Lauderdale, a clinic in Fort Lauderdale that's specifically sending you patients, then why don't you say, well, we're doing a partnership deal here. Put that up on your website, mate. Put a website for us, put a link for us, and we'll do one for you. That's something that can help as well. Local PR, so PR campaigns. Again, type in Senior Living Mastery. Chances are you're going to see some PR style links in there. You can do the same thing with your facility as well, because those links help boost, and guest content. So that's where you can write for a local health website. I strongly suggest that. With you in the position that you're in, the relationships that you can make with people locally, everyone's normally open to be like, oh, that's Tim from down the road at assisted living near us in Boca Raton. Yeah, we send people to him. Tim sends people to us, yada, yada, yada. They're going to sit there and be more confident to be like, oh, Tim wants to publish a couple of blogs with links to his website on our website. No worries, Tim, go ahead. Now, Haro, this is where you can actually reach out to journalists if your facility is something that's quite squared away. And this is how we've been featured in all of the big things that I've been featured in, entrepreneur.com, Forbes, Fiverr, like you name it, New York Times. I've been in it, okay? And that's because I've pitched out to journalists saying, like, I've done a lot of things, I've been a lot of places, I've lived in a lot of countries. So I've been able to achieve that through working with journalists. You can do the same thing. You don't need thousands of links. 20 to 30 quality, relevant links from trusted sites in your area, that can be enough for you to push out your local competitors and for you to get a leg up. And now all of a sudden, like I said at the start, people that are looking for you, that 73% that are starting their search on Google when they're looking for senior living facilities, you're helping them right away, and they're going to trust you more. That's just how it works. That's what we see. It's what we do as humans. So you get in front of them with the informational queries. It's fantastic for you. That's content and link building. You know exactly what to write, what to do, how to find topics, how to build links, and you've got AI on your side. Use that prompt. It'll do the researching and everything else for you. And if you want to see more things about paid advertisement in the senior living space, is it right for you? If you want to learn about senior living SEO, these types of things, have a look at the YouTube channel. They're available. They're going to help you. And if you're burning cash right now on marketing and you want to work with a facility that works specifically for senior living facilities, reach out to us today and book a free 30-minute discovery call.